Broccoli, pea, and almond salad. This is a simple salad, once again, that you'll really enjoy. I had a good friend, Dr. Isaac Jones, who you may know, or maybe not, depends. He was over at my place a little while ago, and he's a very, very healthy individual, and this salad just blew his taste buds. So I'm sharing it with you here. I've got some broccoli that has been kind of steamed on the stove here. So I'm just gonna give it a little poke to see if it's ready. Maybe a little bit longer for a little bit more softness. And in the meantime, I'll just make sure that's on properly. So in the meantime, we've got some frozen peas or fresh peas, whichever you like, that have been thawed, so they're not frozen anymore. I'm gonna put them into the bowl. Next, we have some almonds that have not been pre-soaked, and I just wanted to use this as a demonstration to show that it's a little bit tougher to, not that it's hard to cut them, but they're a little bit more dry, not as kind of fluffy as if they're soaked in water for several hours. So I would normally say go with soaked almonds for this one, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, really it's up to you, whatever you have time for. We'll put those in. And it's just with the soaked almonds, they're a little bit easier to bite through. So, it's really up to you. Some red onion. The recipe calls for about 1/4 of a red onion. It really depends on how much you're making. I'm making a little small amount here, so that might even be too much, depending on, well, if you like onion, then it's not too much. So this is a nice little accompaniment to your mains. I think we'll put in that. I mean, otherwise it's just going to be onion overload. So I'll just discard that. Okay, so while the broccoli is just finishing up there, what we'll do is we'll get the vinaigrette going. So in the recipe, I give you full liberty to do whatever you want with the vinaigrette. So I'm gonna do olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice, and remember, lemon juice is really important, especially when you're using broccoli and greens, and some apple cider vinegar. So if you don't like the taste of broccoli, that's fine. As I may have mentioned previously, you want to use citrus, you want to use acid to really bring the broccoli to life. So let's get the broccoli off this pseudo steamer here. So the broccoli is good. I would recommend keeping it in small little pieces like that. So if you don't have a steamer at home, this is what you can do. You can use a pot or a pan, add a little bit of water in, and then cover it with a cover, a lid, and then you've essentially created a steam machine on your stove. See, I mean, there's so many kitchen gadgets nowadays that, I mean, they're nice to have, but they end up taking up all the space in your cabinets and your drawers, and it's like, do you really need something to crush garlic when you could just cut it or throw it in a food processor? Like, I really think that there are a handful of essentials for the kitchen. One of them being good knives, a Vitamix or a good blender, a food processor, and what else? Like a grater, a vegetable peeler, and just good food, right? Other than that, everything else, like slap chop and the magic bullet and all those ninja chopping devices, it's just stuff that takes up space. So if you know how to prep food and you know the basics of kind of cutting and dicing and stuff like that, you're fine with a good knife. Anyways, that's enough from me. You have your broccoli, pea, and almond salad ready to go. Beautiful little recipe. Enjoy that with your next meal.